Hi and welcome back. My name is Perth. Today I'd like to discuss a matter of ghost creditors in the late estate account. Ghost creditors are just that. They don't exist. So why then would someone want to create ghost creditors in the late estate account? For this very reason. Before a late estate is wrapped up, all the debts of the deceased have to be first settled. They take precedence over the heirs and the beneficiaries. So what better way then to defraud a late estate account than to create ghost creditors? If they give the criminals an unfair advantage over the beneficiaries, they get to be paid early. And also, even if the money runs out, they have already taken their cut. So let me then come to the MO. When Solomon was still on this earth, he purchased himself a luxury car in Bryanston and he paid for it in cash. It was settled in full. Upon his passing, the executorship was issued, and one of the first things the executor of the estate did was to settle the same car that Solomon had purchased in Bryanston in another dealership in the Val. After they had paid into that account of that dealership, they contacted the dealership. They told the dealership that they had made an error in that payment. They were settling a car, but they were not aware that that car was not purchased there. So they would like a refund. And then they issued that dealership different banking details from the banking details of the company from which the payment came. That money then went into that account. That is the money that they shared. It didn't stop there. Right after Solomon had passed, the same dealership in the Val had contacted Junior and told Junior that his father had purchased some German cars before he passed, and they have just been delivered. All they need is for someone to come and collect them because they were settled in full. When that happened, Junior was still trying to locate his father's will because his father had said to him that he had a will. Little did he know that someone had already reported to the estate in the office of the master in Pretoria, not even in Bloemfontein where it was supposed to be reported. That alone actually is how these estates are heisted. Right there in that reporting, of which later I will make another video to explain how an estate that was supposed to be reported in Bloemfontein ended up being reported in Pretoria. Later then, after the executorship was issued, the executor of the estate and her partners went to that dealership, collected those cars, and then resettled them, as though they didn't know that they were already settled, and then contacted that dealership and said they had made an error again, that they were not aware that those cars were settled in full, so they would like a refund again. The money was refunded into another account, not the company's account from which the payment was made. That is how ghost accounts in this case were created. Now, the money goes to the syndicate because that is the account that they can access and withdraw money and withdraw cash from. This MO of ghost creditors continues. Payments were made to individuals that are close to the executor as services that were rendered for the estate, and yet those services don't exist. Shell companies were opened by the executor and her partner, and fake invoices were issued as services rendered and purchases that were made, but none of those invoices are real. All this is part of creating these ghost creditors so that money could look legitimate when it's being paid out. Now, let me give you a context here. Right at the beginning, after Solomon had passed, Solomon's brother was called to Pretoria. There was a meeting there, and he was told to convey to the family that Solomon had a lot of debts. As a result, there won't be much that is left in the estate, so they must not be surprised. And then the syndicate themselves, the people, because they knew Solomon personally. They used to hang out with him. Little did he know that they had a big plan for him. After he was laid to rest, they started going around making false claims that Solomon had deleted himself because he had so many debts. Obviously, all this was part of paving a way for the fraud and the embezzlement, so that the people are not suspicious if there is nothing left for the beneficiaries. But there is nothing like that. That is a lie. So you can see just how far these people will go to maintain this crime. What shocked me about this is that when we were trying to assist Junior to get some legal help, no one was shocked at this. People, it seemed like everybody was aware that something like this happened. And then we found out that no, this is quite common. It happens quite often than we thought. And now, recently, there was a Wills Awareness Month, which was September. In South Africa, it's called the Wills Month. Whenever there are scams, whether it's a bank or whatever kind of scam that is going on, there is always an awareness, like there will be ads or a campaign. Even banks will send you notifications to tell you, beware of this kind of scam, beware of the ATM scam, beware of the digital scams, and so forth and so forth. It would have been a perfect time in September to tell people that beware of the scam, that there is a syndicate that is defrauding the deceased estates. How is it that no one is making anyone aware of it, if at all this is as common as it seems to be? Generally, people trust lawyers. There is something about people that they just trust lawyers, and also having no knowledge of the law, it puts us at a very disadvantage as people, because most people don't know how an estate is wrapped up, and no one ever tells them what their rights are. The whole thing is set up in such a way that everything is kept as a secret. And a good example, look how they deprived Junior of access into the file of his father's estate. And then what people do is that they just wait for that call when the lawyers said, oh, we've wrapped up the estate, we are now about to read the will. But they don't know what happened prior to that. And even if they know that something is wrong, they don't know what the cause is, which is such a pity then, because people are being robbed of their inheritance. Daylight. The people that rob the estates are the ones that the estates are entrusted to. And they are supposed to be people that uphold the law, but they are the ones that are committing these crimes. These crimes are very lucrative with minimal risks. They take far more money than people that do CITs, but with less risk, because those people that heist those cars, they go there knowing that there is a chance that they may not come back, they may die. But these ones are using their professions to fleece people's inheritance. These are the people that are supposed to protect the interests of the beneficiaries. But they take advantage of people's, I can say, general ignorance to how estates are handled. So these videos are my way of telling people that don't just sit and fold hands. Get involved, find out what your rights are, and at the end, if you are not happy, get yourself private auditors that can audit the estate again. And I also want to warn you, whatever you do not let the master appoint or direct you to your private auditors or forensics. Don't do that. Look for them, pay for them, handle the matter personally. Let them finish whatever they are doing, but before you settle for whatever they are telling you, get second opinion about the estate. That's it for today. I hope this video has been insightful. Thank you for watching, and I would humbly request that you like and subscribe, but mostly share these videos with other people so that other people can also learn about these things.